Kind of like Shefty's tweet about TJ Watt yesterday.
The hell are you talking about?
I mean, that was unbelievable.
Absolute bullshit.
All right, let's dive into it. TJ Watt gets a deal done with the Pittsburgh Steelers. There is allegedly a potential hold-in happening between TJ and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin said, I ain't dealing with the numbers. I just managed a player in the situation however he can be. He would show up, do individual drills, will not do a team drill. I assume that was because he didn't want to get injured just days or weeks or months before a potential massive contract. Or was he potentially saying like, hey, this team could look much different right now. Without me, we should probably get this deal done. We don't know what the motive was, why the hold-in was happening. He was obviously utilizing a little bit of leverage to try to get his deal done, let them know he's not happy. It inevitably does happen. We're getting close to a deadline that people said had happened for a long time. Then that got debunked because I guess the deadline was actually that if negotiations hadn't started before the season started, they wouldn't finish them during the season. So everybody's worried, oh, TJ Watt is going to be upset with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're not going to take care of their own. What more does this guy have to do for the Pittsburgh Steelers? They have to pay somebody finally in this ever-evolving world, especially with your division getting much better around you. I mean, is this ever going to take place? A lot of people were burying the Steelers. I think in the end, what we learned via Adam Schefter's 100% true tweet.
Yeah. Wow.
Schefter's a journalist. That TJ Watt wanted to get this goddamn deal done, and Schefter reported that TJ Watt overruled his agents and believed they could get more money today, who believed they could get more money today. He marched into the office of Steelers president Art Rooney and told him, hey, you got a deal, pal. Then the NFL's new highest paid defensive player excused himself and said, I got to go work out. Now, this is very reminiscent to a story that we were told about A.J. Hawk signing his rookie contract.
That's right.
Got 5th overall. That was back when there was a lot to negotiate because there was no rules on what everybody made. The amount of money was ridiculous, especially for the top 10. Matthew Stafford got paid the day he got drafted to the Detroit Lions enough money that he could have bought Detroit at the time.
That's
the
right.
entire city of Detroit hadn't even played one down. Now, it worked out, but a lot of others did not. I mean, so that whole thing happened. So TJ Watt looks at his agents and says, how much money's enough money? And the agents go, well, we think we can get you another blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. And allegedly, TJ said, oh, fuck off, and just walked in there and said, this is the deal. This is enough money. That is what every Yinzer wanted to hear in one clean sentence. This guy told his agents, right? Yinzers probably do not like agents if Yinzers are much like me, which I think Yinzers most are. They don't. Like me. We don't like these people representing, like I don't think there's a lot of agent love in the city of Pittsburgh just as a whole. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. Big union city, not sure it's a big agent city. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. So the fact that TJ Watt, the guy who gets introduced last when the defense gets introduced in Pittsburgh, has been for a couple years, told these people who are potentially trying to get in the way of a long-term deal between TJ to go fuck themselves, and then walks in, signs his deal, says thank you, and then says, I'm going to go to work. That is the most perfectly crafted Pittsburgh sentence of all time. Yinzers, I bet you TJ Watt's jersey's going all the way back up there. There's a guy over there somewhere in Allegheny County going, hey, I ain't going to throw that fucking Juju jersey out of here. He signed a 1-year deal. All right, he wanted more money. He was negotiating with the fucking Ravens. All right, I don't know what this TikTok is, but the only thing you need is tic-tac, because that fucking taste in your mouth whenever you're saying Juju's name is bad. This is a TJ Watt jersey. You're wearing this every goddamn day. That is basically what Schefter's tweet did. So it has made a lot of people think.
Absolute bullshit.
No.
Okay.
I have someone on good faith.
You have a source, you're saying.
Source.
Oh, okay.
Said TJ walked into that room, said, hey, where are we sitting at? And they're saying, well, 28 million. 80-some million guaranteed. TJ goes, what's the problem?
And then the Steelers said, you tell us.
The agents go,
oh, okay.
I think we could get more. He goes, more? 28 million a year, 80 million guaranteed. I could buy 3 or 4 steel mills with that, okay?
Okay.
Get out of my way, Suits.
Boom.
Billy Walsh, Entourage. Get out of my way, Suits.
Stupid fucking suit.
Goes into AR2's office. Hey, I want to be on that field on Sunday. I want to be the highest player, paid defensive player in the league, which you are giving me, and I thank you. I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage, not asking for more money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to take this. I'm going to lead this team. 7 for 7.
And I'm going to go work out.
Yeah.
I don't think that happened at all because the agents aren't in the building COVID protocols.
Yes.
So is this group text happening? How is this happening? I don't fully understand it.
You left out a key detail. You know exactly what TJ did when he walked in there. He looked at Art right in the face, put up his hand, spit right in his hand.
We got a deal.
We got a deal.
That's old school. That's the way I try to do deals.
Yeah.
Somebody actually sent me an 18-page contract.
Yikes.
There was zero chance of me signing that.
I'm not reading that.
What did you like or not like about the contract? I'm going to be honest, I did not read it. As soon as I opened the file and it said 1 of 18, I said, okay, you're trying to fuck me in here somewhere, and that ain't happening. Okay, we'll talk about it. All right, you got it.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
So I'm a bit, now granted, I'm not recommending everybody does this. Okay, be who you can afford to be.
That's right.
All right, this is a very real thing, and you have to understand that this could backfire whenever you do these types of things. But I hate the fact that old school disagreements. Hey, this is what I'm going to do. That's what you're going to do. Yep, boom, let's do it. Like they don't exist anymore. Like I hate that because it always gets muddied by previous fuckovers. Okay, so like, hey, can you not look at me and say that we're not going to end up in a situation that end up with somebody who's much different than both of us right now? Can we just not agree that that's not going to happen? Well, we have to protect ourselves. It was like, well, I have to protect myself too. How about that? Do you want to get into this game? All right, let's do it. Well, this happened and blah, blah, blah. Well, I know this happened and blah, blah, blah. So then all of a sudden that 18-page contract now, if I really want to get in this turns into a 50-page contract.
Yeah.
And do we hate each other by the end of this thing? Or are we just expecting each other to fuck each other over this entire time? And then are we only doing exactly what
you're required to do.
Yeah. Or are we maybe trying to, like, hey, do good business together? And I guess that's how everything in the world just gets fucked up by things that go wrong, I guess.
Yeah, it's politics, essentially, is what it sounded like you were just saying.
Hey,
but
by the way, it's nice to be in a situation. And once again, be who you can afford to be. That is said in every NFL locker room. Maybe not everyone, but most NFL locker rooms. But it should also be applied to life. Mm-hmm. You know, that's not fair. It's not fair. It's like, well, you have produced nothing for anybody. So maybe you're going to be treated a little bit differently than other people. Okay, so once by the way, we have the utmost faith that you'll be able to blah, blah, blah. But once you do that, guess what? We're going to be at a much different time than we are right now.
Right.
But for the current moment, you do not deserve to be treated exactly how this particular situation does because you have not proved that you are not this exact situation. That is how the NFL is. One person will miss something, nothing. Another person misses something, okay, you're cut. All right. Well, how's that fair? Well, that guy just went for 2,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
You, guess what? Fucking showed up late to a meeting. Yeah. I don't think you've ever been on. So it's not fair. Life isn't fair. We have to acknowledge that and realize that. But it is nice to be at a point where it's up. Nah? All right. Fucking see you later, dude. It took a long road to get here, though. I mean, I'm only 34. I guess it's not that fucking long.
Take the spit shake somewhere else. But you guys said it earlier in the week. Yinzers weren't going to like T.J. Watt, not liking, X amount of dollars, $50 million guaranteed. So
we also said, hey, this is T.J. Watt. He's a Watt. He's going to do the right thing.
Yeah, and he's going to lie, and it's probably going to be bullshit, whatever story they make up about him, just like the fact that he is a Watt.
Pat just said it definitely wasn't a lie.
Definitely was.
That seems like potentially that was a crafted.
Yeah. Are we trying to write a movie here?
It was a, hey, how can we get the Yinzers back on TJ's side?
I mean, what did he do? He go in the weight room, saw
just because no one would do it for your organization.
I'm not fucking leaving, and then they all went.
That's probably exactly what happened.
And then saying he announced he was going to go work out is awesome. That's like and by the way, I'm going to go earn that fucking
Hell
shit.
yeah.
I'm going to work out.
Which, by the way,
that was the most believable part of it.
I believe that he signed the deal and went and worked out.
Yeah.
He is a Watt brother. He is incredibly explosive. Like, that is what they are known for. Lunch pail, first one in, last
hard hat.
High motor. I mean, every coach's son, everything about, they are the stereotype of it.
Telling their bosses we got a deal.
He's the leader of the blue collar boys.
Bullshit. It's not even a question.